Mr. President, I yield 3 minutes to the senator from New Hampshire.
Senator from New Hampshire.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask unanimous consent to set aside the pending amendments and to call up my amendment number 400.
Without objection? Is there objection? Without objection. The clerk will report the amendment.
Senator from New Hampshire, Ms. Ayotte proposes an amendment number
Mr. President,
400.
I ask consent that the reading of the amendment be dispensed with.
Without objection?
Thank you, Mr. President. Last year in this body, we heard and saw evidence about what was happening at some of our VA facilities, the manipulated wait lists, the delays that our veterans had to endure, and unfortunately, some of our veterans died waiting for care. We passed a bipartisan bill, one that we all worked together on, and I appreciate that Senator Sanders worked very hard on. The Veterans Choice Program was part of that bipartisan bill, but this program has yet to be implemented in the way that this body intended. The goal was to expedite care for veterans that have been waiting longer than 30 days or live farther than 40 miles away from a VA hospital. In my home state of New Hampshire, we don't have a full-service veterans hospital, so too often our veterans are driving long distances to Massachusetts or to other locations to get the care that they earned for having served and sacrificed so much for our country. Recently, a study conducted by the VFW found that 92% of program-eligible veterans, they were interested in non-VA options or private care options that they could go to. But yet that same survey found that 80% of eligible veterans were unable to access the Veterans Choice Program. Yet barely 2 months into the program starting and putting in place that we worked on a bipartisan basis in this Congress, the administration announced plans to divert money from this important program, saying it was underutilized. Let's be clear, it's underutilized because the VA is not implementing it properly. Veterans are not being told their rights, and we owe this to them to get this Veterans Choice Program right and to give veterans the choice that they want for private care options so they aren't driving or waiting in line, given what they've done for our country. Our veterans chose to fight on our behalf. We should honor the work that we did together and ensure that this program is properly implemented by the VA, which is not happening right now. Our veterans want this choice. Let's get this Veterans Choice Program right. I would urge my colleagues to support my amendment, which again is an amendment designed to support what we intended in this body, to ensure that veterans don't have to wait in line, that they can exercise private care options when they want to, giving them the choice for the sacrifices they have made for this country. They deserve nothing less.
Senator, your time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. President.